This is Bighorn Sheep Range, Desert Bighorn Sheep Range. I haven't been up here for about a year, not even, about 10 months. Anyway, last time I was up here on top up there was some bighorn sheep and a lot of deer. It's pretty rough country to hunt in. I mean, it's easy to get around in, but it's not the best area to trail. But look at, you can see there's a stock tank back down over there, and then you go through that little saddle right there, and then there's a big old canyon that the government trapper used to set some snares in. It's pretty hot. I'm just gonna get the dogs out and I'm gonna ride. It's a road, but now it's just a trail. You can't get, I don't even think you can get a four-wheeler up it. But it kind of splits this mountain in half, and that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna split it in half, and if I have time and I feel like it, I'll go down the other side or go back to the north on the top and see what it's like. But anyway, it's hot. It's hot today again, but the mornings are cool. I actually even had to wear a little jacket this morning. I didn't get an early start. I had some things to do, and I got on the phone and got to talking to some guys, so. All right, here we go. See, that road's all washed out down through there. It's a bunch of old mining area. I don't know what they mined up here. There's no way to get even a buggy or a four-wheeler up through here now. It's hot. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's pretty warm. No sign of nothing yet. I smelled something dead down there a little ways. I couldn't find it. I don't know what it was. I just kind of got a little whiff of it. So if you look, let me see if I can point this right. Right? I was on the other side about 35 miles that way of that peak right there. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of look and see all these little desert mountains. A lot of area to hunt, a lot of country, and it's for the most part it's all BLM, and nobody really uses it. You get some coyote callers out here from time to time, and then, you know, come December, January and February, there'll be some trappers trapping bobcats and coyotes here and there, you know. And then we get these crazy people that there are all kinds of rumors in this country of buried treasure. You know, Padre La Rue and El Chappo. And, you know, the Jornada del Muerto was the travel route out of Mexico to Santa Fe. I guess they supposedly at some point El Chappo, he used to rob the what would you call it? The pack trains coming up through there out of Mexico, and supposedly in some of these hills there's some caves that's got some buried treasure from the church, you know, some, I don't know, whatever the Catholic Church had as far as treasure. And then Padre La Rue was a Jesuit priest, and supposedly he came up out of Mexico and he found a cave, or he found a real rich gold strike, and he recruited some of the natives and Indians, and they mined this gold and they smelted it down, and supposedly in this cave there's gold bars stacked up like cordwood. And back in I think it was the 30s or 40s, there was a man, what was his name? I read all of his books. I was kind of into that treasure hunting for a while. It's fun, you know, you get out and about. Oh, what's his name? He was killed. He was shot right down here in Hatch. Dadgummit, Doc Noss. He was over on what is now the White Sands Missile Range, and supposedly he found a tunnel going down into the mountain that had that was Padre La Rue's treasure trove, and it had gold stacked in like cordwood. If you ever get a chance, look up, just Google Doc Noss and Victorio Peak treasure. And it's a big deal, you know, and supposedly he had proof, and they did some seismic readings up there and said, yeah, there's some big old caverns under the ground. And he had partnered with a guy out of Texas, some kind of rich oil guy, and they were going to blast it, or he tried to blast it first or something on his own. And when he did, he collapsed the entryway. But before that time, he had taken some gold bars and some treasure and this and that out of that cave, or that whatever it is, that cavern. And supposedly he stashed it all around in these little desert mountains on this side, you know, and there's been people looking for it and finding it. Matter of fact, in the Caballos here, there's the guy who is staying in my place in the mountains. They were convinced they had found found some treasure up there. I mean, that's all he did. That's all he could think of. He had that gold fever, and he was just bound and determined. You know, they said they were getting close, just like every other treasure hunter in the world. You know, they're always getting close to that big treasure. But it's kind of interesting, you know. And don't get me wrong, I always got my eyes peeled. If I see a little indicator somewhere that there might be a little buried treasure, I'll bring a shovel. Right now I'm hunting lions. There's some bighorn sheep right there, going right up the side of the mountain. I'll get my good camera. Hey! Uno, no! I'll get my good camera out and take some pictures. That was pretty cool. Those bighorn sheep. There's a pretty nice ram in there too. They went right up through there, went across, went over the top, went over. I got some good pictures. That's why I carry this camera right here. It's got a optical zoom of 200 millimeter, and then it's got a digital zoom up to, I think, 600. Uno seen him, and that's the gamiest little dog. He wants to go catch something. Matter of fact, I don't even know where he's at now. That's cool. I like to see that. Bighorn sheep, that's like ice cream to lion. They got to go get them some ice cream. So they'll be in here sometime if there's not one in here now. See, I was right over there in those mountains a week ago. No, the video where I got stuck in the mud and I had to hobble my mule. I was right on the other side in that flat open area. I caught a lion. There's three little humps, three little hills out there. I caught a lion on the other side of that. And then about 20 miles that way, maybe not that far. Yeah, about 20 miles, I caught another lion. And then there's a little pipeline road that goes through there. I made a video of it. I trailed a lion down that road by sight. The dogs couldn't smell it. I trailed it by sight for long ways till I got to some private property with a fence and I couldn't get into it. It was late in the day anyway. This desert country's tough, but it just fascinates me. Because we're out here, you know, it's easy to get around in. You're not fighting brush or anything. There's not any people. And there's some game, you know, there's some deer, and there's bighorn sheep. And there's lions coming through here. They're just hard to catch. Well, if they stay, they come through. And it's hot. But it's a challenge, that's for sure. There's a deer right down there. There's a bunch of deer right down there. Just barely see them. Right down in the bottom right there. Good chance for me to do some deer breaking. Dan, no. I've seen more game in this little hill, this little set of mountains than I have anywhere. It's pretty cool. You know, this country, I don't care how tough your dog's feet are. I don't think you could hunt the same dog more than 2 days in a row here. Because this rock has it's like a fine grit to it. And it's tough. I mean, it's really tough on your dog's feet. I don't know what kind of rock it is. I don't know, and I don't know how tough Uno's feet are. Dan's got tough feet, and Jazz right there, she has real tough feet. And Maggie down there, she has tough feet. Booger's feet aren't near as tough as I'd like them to be. But, I mean, they're tougher than, like Sheila puppy, her feet are real tender. But Sheila also puts on about 10 times more miles than everybody else does too. She's everywhere. I mean, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. It's pretty neat country right here. get down right off that tip right there. This mule doesn't roll a big old rock down on me. If I don't fall on my ass. He smells those deer now. Time for electricity, huh? I don't know how bad, but bad enough. See, now he's talking the other dogs into it too. No, he turned around and came back. No, hey, no, no, come on. Bunch of trashy pukes. Takes one pup to get them started. Come on, Uno. It's enough. Come here. Uno. Go boy. Hate to do it, but can't have them running deer. Deer and coyotes and javelina. Shocking fences. On my GoPro filled up. Anyway, there was a truck that drove up through here earlier, and I seen him drive up, and he went up above us, and all of a sudden I heard brrr, like that up above me, and said they're flying a drone around up there, and flew it over me. I just waved at him. I thought about getting my little Mavic Pro out, my little drone, flying it up, and seeing what they did, but I don't know. I'm in a hurry. Anyway, we came on down, got up here. There's deer and there's bighorn sheep up here, so it's a good place to come check every now and then. Me and old Big Agnes right there. She's a good mule, man. She's powerful when you're going uphill. You can just feel her. And she's not even in real good shape yet, but she's getting in better shape. But she's still a mule. You know, she's easy to get along with, but she's still a mule. She's got her own ideas about things. Look, and there's some other videos right here, little cards that'll pop up if you want to watch more of the content, my content. Click on those. If this is your first time here and you like the channel, hit the subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll get notifications. And if you like the video, crush that like button. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one.